And Leo, you are next. Oops, how did I do that? Yay, Leo, you are next. I'm not going to even zoom. I usually want to zoom in, but it cuts the card quality out. So I won't do that. Leo came out, so that just lets me know all the fire signs will be next. Cross watchers, you are more than welcome here. And if you have Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius in your chart, you might resonate with one of these messages. We're going to first start out with Leo, because Leo is the sign that came up in this energy. And I would really like to see what is in their energy. This is a general message. And we're going to get into it to see what is going on with our Leos. So in case you didn't watch my other videos, I have not been home in months. So I haven't had a place to do video messages. And so finally, I just like made a space to do messages for you all. Now, Leo, this is the first energy out. It fell on the floor. So, you know, anytime a card falls on the floor, it's really, really deep. And what in your world is being torn down? So you could be connecting to a Scorpio. You could have Scorpio in your chart, but this is an energy of you, Leo. You feel like everything is falling apart right now, where it was like once you had everything together, everything is falling apart. It's a disaster. There has been an uphill battle, and it's a battle that you are fighting, but you feel like you are losing. No matter if you choose to let people see it or not, like it's almost like you cannot hide whatever is going on with you. There is destruction, chaos, um, a disaster, honestly, that feels like it's in your energy right now. What else is going on in Leo's energy that they need to know or need to be expressed? Because if you're the Leo in this energy, you obviously know that things are not going the best for you right now. Now we have you being stuck in the past with this Six of Swords energy. So, Six of Swords energy is you not being able to let go of situations. Perhaps this is where this disaster is coming from because you have a lot of pride in your energy. You are not a person that takes losing or feeling defeated on the chin. Like it really comes out in a way to where it really overwhelms you and you feel like you have to fight back. And sometimes you are fighting a losing battle and you just won't admit it. And um, here we have the Six of Swords. I just have to be honest, Leo. So here we have the Six of Swords here. And again, it's stuck in the past. Even though that you know a situation is not good for you, you're not doing the situation right. People are trying to give you advice saying, hey, if you just correct it this way, in this energy, it's like you don't care. I'm going to do it my way. Even if my way leads me down a path to where it's going to break me, it's not going to work. You have too much pride to um, go a different way, unfortunately. So also here we have running away from problems, but at the same time, you're running away from problems, but you're also trapped by these problems. So here we have again the Tower and destruction. So let's keep going. We're doing a general message for the signs of Leo right now, and then I'll do the other two fire signs after this one in this same video. So Six of Wands. So what you really don't show or share with people is that even in this destruction and chaos, for some reason you feel victory here. So you're showing yourself as having private and public victory. You're like, I still won. I don't care. I don't care what you say, I won, because you will not allow yourself to be defeated. What else is going on here? Are we just expressing Leo's energy or is there a message in these cards for Leo? Maybe this energy is for somebody else, a cross watcher that is watching Leo like crash and burn, and you're like, why don't they take my advice? And here's why: because they are too not only stubborn, they're too prideful to admit that they were wrong. Things will have to burn to the ground at the very end for them to even concede a little bit to the fact that they were actually wrong about a situation. So you wasting your time telling them um, may just be your ego, because Why would you continue to tell somebody something that they're ignoring? They obviously either want that or they just have too much pride and you're never going to change that. So, Queen of Cups here. So, we have a Queen of Cups in this energy for you, Leo. Even if you are deep down in your emotions, or you could be relying on somebody for emotional support. So, this person in your energy could be actually helping you deal with your emotions. So, it could really seem like you're not bothered by situations because you're expressing your actual vulnerabilities behind the scenes. If I hope that makes sense. So here things are falling down, crashing and burning. You're stuck in the past. You're not following directions, or you're not taking advice, and people are watching you. You have too much pride to say things are bigger than what you can control, and you were actually wrong about a situation. But there are people in your life, maybe close to you. It could be a water sign, it could be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio that's in your life, and they're helping you not to break down in the situation. So I almost want to say, and this is the word that came to mind, so please don't be upset with me, Leo, but it's almost coming across like you have enablers in the background that are giving you emotional support so you can come back to the situation like things are not affecting you, even though people clearly see there's things that are going on. You could also have a Pisces. We know the Queen of Cups does represent Pisces, but here's another energy of a Pisces with this High Priestess. So there's a lot of secrets and a lot of changes here. I think there's a lot of hiding. People are like I said, are looking at you and wondering what's wrong with you, but there's things going on that they cannot even see, things that you hide, things that maybe you keep close to you so people don't know the real you. So here we have intuitions, mystery, inner voices, just things here that you tend to neglect and ignore. So it's not almost like you're not crazy, you're just doing what you want to do. So, okay, what is in this message? What does Leo need to know? Uh-oh. So, Leo, in this message, you need to know the Emperor is in reverse. Oh my gosh, this does represent the Aries energy. You could be in connection with an Aries, or you could have Aries in your chart, but this is you perhaps losing a lot of your power in a situation. You keep ignoring a situation. Maybe there's things that are happening in your life that you continue to act reckless that obviously have come to a head. So this is you lacking discipline and really going on a tyrant and trying to be domineering in a situation to where you are certainly losing control. But what does Leo need to know? Because I feel like there is a lot of chaos, a lot of ruckus, a lot of recklessness in this energy. But what is the point of all this? What does Leo need to know? So give me something here. What is, because again, this message probably isn't for, I mean, it could be for the Leo to reinforce what you already feel, but it could be for the cross watcher, maybe the person that is giving you emotional support and that is really feeling sorry or feeling empathy for a situation. And the message could be for them is like, you don't have to feel sorry for this person because they know everything that they're getting themselves into. So you don't have to feel like you're compelled to help or go out of your way for this Leo and this energy, because they're doing it to themselves. Separation here. So here we go. So again, there's an energy of feeling that maybe with this Leo and this energy, it's time to go no contact, because this Leo, you're responsible for your own happiness. And so the person that is helping you or looking out for you should be the person to focus on their own happiness, not making you happy, or perhaps not being behind the scenes with you when you're creating your own chaos. Don't be mad at me, Leo. This is the energy that is coming out and I'm just addressing it. Okay. So we have a mirroring. So this is a reflection. Somebody that is, man, somebody's faking. Didn't we have, who do we have in this energy? The high priestess. So there's going to be some secrets here. Things are coming out. Somebody could be faking. Leo, are you faking? Are you faking the funk? That's an old school word, but you know, there is something here that really makes me feel like, well, I mean, it's already in the energy. The energy of you know what is going on. You definitely are knowing that things are chaotic and reckless. You're being reckless. Things are falling apart. Feel like somebody's trying to help you stay together, even though you're falling apart behind the scenes, and you're making it seem like it's okay that I'm falling apart, like nothing's gonna break me. But things are breaking you. But at the same time, you're bringing it on your own, like on your own recognizance. You're bringing it on yourself. So I get the energy of maybe somebody behind the scenes is seemingly feeling sorry for you, but then we have this mirroring energy to where, I'm sorry, I'm just patting my face, but we have this mirroring energy that makes me feel like you're mirroring the person that is feeling sorry for you so they can have even more empathy for you. Because you know what you're doing is not healthy. I hope that makes sense to somebody that needs to hear this message. Okay. So these are the last two oracle cards that fell out. So anybody that's surrounded in this energy, it's time for you to take a look at your self-worth. Maybe this is for you, Leo, your values, your self-esteem, your confidence. Um, the way that you empower yourself, and that's going to determine how you value yourself. So if you're always caught up in chaos and destruction and recklessness, then maybe the way that you value yourself is through chaos, destruction, and recklessness. Because you're unawakened to the fact that you can have so much more and you can be so much more. So it's almost like you're attracted to a low vibration because the confidence that you exude, you really don't believe that inside of you. Now, this can't be for every Leo, obviously, but the Leo in this energy and in this message is for you. And so, if you are a cross watcher and you are wondering, like, why am I continuously helping this Leo or this person? And I feel like they're not getting it, is because they're unawakened to their own level of hierarchy. They're like attracted to being reckless and destructive and low vibrations. So here we have with the unawakened, you're attracted to being in your ego and being in the darkness. So you're just not ready right now. So the Leo that you are helping or trying to help is just not ready. So you're kind of wasting your time with this person. But that is that. And so let's see if there's any advice that comes out. I'm taking the messages as they come. Sometimes they come in a complete circle, and sometimes they just, you know, it's just there, and I'm just addressing the energy. So, Leo, with this energy, the message here, so I'm just making sure it's the same deck. Sorry. So this is the message here is completion. It's time for you to be focused more on achievements and fulfillment, a sense of belonging. So wholeness and harmony, Leo. This is if you want it. Maybe the Leo in this energy is unawakened. They don't want it right now, but the advice here is to focus on completion and being okay with separating and letting go of things that are toxic and destructive without feeling like your ego is involved and you have to play the part of, oh, I don't care if I don't care if it's destructive, I don't care if it's reckless, I'm going to do it. Because there's an energy here that says that you can do so much more if you want it. But if you're attracted to recklessness and low vibrations, then it's certainly out there, and the universe will continue to send that to you. Um, Burden. So you've pretty much put a lot of responsibility and burden on yourself and obligation, and this is eventually going to burn you out, and you're going to find yourself struggling even more so than you have. So that is what I have for the sign of Leo. You have to get out of this toxic cycle, Leo. That is the energy and the message that I'm getting for you. So let's see. Ooh, Aries came in my head next. It is Aries season. So Aries is in my head. You're next, Aries. Let me tell you something. I went out in Atlanta, Georgia, and they had a party for Aries, and Aries were turned up. Okay. So happy birthday to all the Aries. And we're going to get right into a message for you because I don't want to lose focus or momentum because we have 6 other signs to go. But happy birthday to all the Aries. Let me get another deck. Give me 1 minute to rinse the cards, please. 1 minute. Let's take a break from the energy. All right, we'll get this deck for Aries. Happy birthday to all the Aries. I hope you all are turning up just like the Aries that I've seen last night. The club was wild. I'm not really a clubber, but last night I was. Okay. And my body paid for it all day. Okay, let's go, Aries. What do we got for our beautiful Aries, and what do they need to know? Boom. The Knight of Swords. Off with their heads with this Knight of Swords. So this is you coming in hot. Are you coming in hot because it is your season and you can do what you want to do? It's Aries season, even though you're going to do that anyway. But are you just coming in hot because you're just really tired of a lot of things? Like you're tired of people, the people even that are around you. You just want to just cut people out. You feel like this is the season just to start all over. Start all over, new friends or maybe no friends, or just cut people out that you've been waiting to cut out for a very long time or wanting to. Like you feel like you got to cut off all dead ends. That's the energy or the message that I'm getting. What else is here for Aries? So 9 of Wands, I feel like you're distracting yourself. You're trying to focus on something different with this 9 of Wands. Like I really feel like you want to live life to its fullest and you really want to get back into what you are passionate about in achieving goals and accomplishments. Like with this 9 of Wands, it's been all too lately that you feel like you have to stand your ground. Maybe you could even be fighting with people or having passionate conversations with people. And Aries ain't gonna back down. So I feel like the Aries in this energy is not being backed into a corner. They are going to find their way out of that corner, even if they feel backed in that corner. So, this Knight of Swords energy is you cutting people out, and you are really standing your ground and really making it known what you're going to tolerate and what you're not going to tolerate. Like, I feel like sometimes you feel a need to have to defend and protect yourself because people do sometimes come for your energy. Like, they almost see you as an easy target for some reason. And I don't know why, because Aries can fight. Let's see what else is here. Ooh, Aries just showed up to their own reading with this Empress. Doesn't matter if you're a male or a female with this Empress energy. This is you. You are being powerful right now. I feel like you have an abundance of fresh new ideas that you haven't shown anybody really. You keep that kind of hidden, but you want to present something new and fresh to a situation. You are giving birth here, and it doesn't mean to a human being, but it could be to a new project, a new manifestation, a new thing, a new way of thinking, a new outlook, something here. Even though this creativity process in you is being stalled, there's something that is coming that is big for you, and you're in your highest energy because the Empress is Aries energy. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So I do feel like the Empress is in kind of like a blockage position, and we have the Knight of Pentacles in oh my gosh, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And so with this energy being just a little bit stalled, and with the Empress being in that space, I feel like this Knight of Pentacles represents you being kind of stalled as well. So either you haven't had the motivation, haven't really had the financial backing, or you haven't wanted to spend your resources to manifest this idea, but it's certainly something that's kind of holding you back from actually really going all out and into this big change that you have been like thinking about or actually stepping into. because you're cutting people out. You're trying to be more focused on things that matter to you, and you're giving birth to fresh new ideas. You're tired of feeling like you have to compete and feel like you have to prove yourself and stand your ground. So what else is here for Aries? Aries, this might just be a little light for you this time. Okay, give me something for Aries. Is this, what else is here? Okay, it fell on the floor. Or, so 3 of Pentacles in reverse. So this is you separating yourself once again. Again, you're separating yourself. You're either ex, ex, exiled, you've exiled people, or they've exiled you, and you're pretty much okay with it. You're focused on yourself. Now we know that Aries are all about self-preservation, and I feel it more so with this 3 of Pentacles in reverse energy. You're really focused on you, doing you, being you, and whoever doesn't like it, whatever. Is there anything else for Aries? Is there any advice here to be given? Something that they need to know? So I have no cups in your energy, so not too much going to address love on here, but I do see, let me put this deck down. I do see a 7 of Swords. So, somebody's on demon time too. So this is a 7 of Swords energy. It tells me that there is a mask being worn. Somebody is definitely faking the funk here. Why is that coming out in your energies, Aries? And then we have the Devil. You could be connected to a Capricorn too. So let me see. So let's look at this from 2 different angles. We have an angle of you misrepresenting yourself, Aries. So when I say that, I do mean that maybe, possibly, that you are in an energy of, yes, you're being reckless, you're cutting people out, but truth of the matter is people are cutting you out. And you have had to focus on work, or maybe involve yourself in toxic issues so you can ignore what is going on over here, because we know Aries are prideful as well. We're talking about fire signs here. They can be very prideful. So it's an energy of either you're wearing a mask like everything is okay, nothing affects you, you're going to step into a different energy, you're so unbothered, but deep down inside you are bothered, and you do feel left out, but you're covering that up by connecting to you. If you're an Aries, to where you have an addiction problem, you could be a player, or stepping into a player's energy to where you feel like you have to be with multiple people, entertain toxic relationships in the background that are separate from what you show other people. Or you could be stepping into, you could be an Aries that's so being so distant, or wanting to disconnect from a situation so bad that you don't see the danger ahead of you, to where you're going to be stepping into a situation to where you may meet somebody that's wearing a mask that is not good for you, that is very toxic. It could be even a job that is very toxic, and you've decided to entertain this because you're trying to step away from this other situation under here. So let's see, let's get an oracle card here. Oh, Aries, see, I knew it. So deep down inside, you do feel alone. You feel lonely on this path or this journey. So again, just be very careful to where how you present yourself, or the way that you pull away, because you can be very like impulsive, and move in haste, and make decisions, and really justify things. But your rationale for a situation, it comes across very logical, but it's really coming up as a situation to where you're just going with your own thoughts. It's logical because it's logical to you, but it's not really what the situation is. I hope that makes sense. So the way you see it, yes, you see that and you can make it make sense, but the way that you articulate it, and the way that you think about it and present it to other people, that's actually not how it is. So you could be stepping into a dangerous territory, Aries, and because you feel like you've been pushed out, and things are changing for you, but don't let that direction and that pride lead you down a path to where you're coming in contact with people that have devil-like energy, toxic behaviors, and wearing masks with the Seven of Swords in your energy. People are not who they claim to be. There's a lot of deception in this energy because you're so focused on pulling away from this other situation that has you feeling down. So you're going to go in and tap into your creative juices, and then it's ultimately going to lead you to a situation that is not good for you because you're being arrogant about how you see things. I hope that makes sense. Last sign is Sagittarius. Okay, because we have six more signs to go. Okay, so that was the Aries message. So give me a minute to watch the cards, and then we're going to go into Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you know what? Y'all been doing a lot lately. So people don't believe me when I say this. People get mad, but I tell you that a Sagittarius is a force to be reckoned with. And and if you don't believe me, try it. Sagittariuses can be some of the nicest but meanest, coldest people that you've ever met. So just be very careful when you get into a ring with that energy of a Sagittarius. So I was like looking online, and a lot of the girls, especially like the female rappers, they have Sagittariuses for their significant others or former significant others. And I'm like, why do y'all even play with a Sagittarius? They don't even play with them because it's not going to end well. And for some reason, they tend to still come out on top. And it's like, how did you do that? But anyway, here we go for Sagittarius. Let's get to the last of the fire signs. And then we only have two more signs to go. Or not two more signs, two more elements. Okay, give me something for Sagittarius so I can interpret appropriately for the sign of Sag. Oh, it didn't flip over, but we're going to take it. Queen of Swords. And we have a Six of Pentacles in reverse. This is all from the first energy. I'm going to take the Devil in upright for you, Sagittarius. So here you are, coming across as a leader, trying to be logical about situations, really being in deep focus. This is all in the same energy. So we'll just address it as it resonates. But so Queen of Swords, you're coming across as a person that is very logical, like a leader, thoughtful, and level-headed here, honest. But then in your energy, you also have an ability to be very generous, and this generosity comes as selfishness too, because you're being generous to a situation, but at the same time it is selfish because you're giving so much to a situation that maybe sometimes you're giving to it, and it's not always what's the word, it's not always from a good place. Like, of course, we can think like of gambling. Like, yes, you can give a slot machine or a card table so much money, you're being overly generous because you're paying the house, but then what? And then that generosity leads to being toxic here. So we have a energy of you being thoughtful, and this is probably why people like love you, because you can overgive, you can be thoughtful, you could have be very diplomatic when you want to be, have a strong opinion, a strong argument, be honest, but at the same time you can be overly giving to the wrong situations, and so that makes some people happy but not all people happy. And then you have an energy of being very toxic here. And this is the death card, not the devil card. So, but this is also an energy of being toxic because you have a tendency to just want to start all over anywhere. Like you feel like, okay, whatever I did in the past, we can look past the past and let's just move to the energy. Let's move this energy forward. You don't necessarily like to be held accountable. I guess that's the energy that I'm saying. So this is the death card here in the rebirth. So you have an energy of just going in cycles to where this is how you create charm, and people are so attracted to you because they're like, oh, Sagittarius, they don't hold on to anything. They just move on. But at the same time, you still bring this energy of overly giving to wrong situations and maybe not really noticing how you can be toxic in that regards because you don't look back at the people that actually helped you and that were there for you. You just expect everybody to move on as a unit and forget about the maybe the damage that you've done in the past. Okay, let's see. Let's clarify the death energy too. So here you are with the King of Pentacles on this death energy. So I feel like this is you just over giving again. Like the King of Pentacles in reverse is all about splurging, all about letting you see them in their highest glory, showing people that you got it like that, whether it be money, cars, houses, materialistic things here. And I feel like you are focused on luxurious items in your energy right now, Sagittarius. You're kind of overdoing it. But again, I don't know why I keep going back to the fact that yes, you are generous, people love you, but you tend to focus too much energy on, like, you could give a lot to this one thing, but you should give some to this other issue too. Like you could have children that you could be given to, but you given maybe all to this investment and you expect it to still be respected for that. But sometimes people, it's not respected to the people that it's affecting, but to the people that are actually getting the money or the luxurious items from you, they love you. So that Sagittarius have an ability to make that situation work for them for some reason. I don't, it just works for them. They can completely neglect this side and love this side, and then they connect with the right people and people just love them. Okay. Eight of Swords in reverse. So here you are just being free, wild and free. And that's what we know about Sagittarius is you cannot hold them down. They are the archer. So they just shoot their bow and arrow up, and wherever they land, that's where they land. The Hermit. So I feel like there's going to be a situation that comes to you as Sagittarius to where you have to put yourself in a situation of being in isolation and to really reflect on the damage that you have done. Because with this death card, you don't often like to focus on the damage that you have caused. You just tend to start all over somewhere else and just continue to move on. You don't look back, you just move on. But I feel like in this situation, there's going to be something that comes up to where you have to take a step back. It could be a Virgo. The Hermit represents Virgo energy, the Death card represents Scorpio's energy, but the Hermit represents Virgo's energy, and you could be coming in contact with somebody who has Virgo strongly in their chart, or you could have Virgo in your chart. And this is the season of there's going to be a change, there's going to be a shift, and there's going to be a reason to why you have to push back, pull back, move back, and be forced into isolation to deal with the issues that you continue to run from. Oof. We have the Moon card in reverse. So your secrets are coming out, Sag. Your secrets are coming out with this Moon card in reverse. Now you're in isolation. You're focused, you're forced to focus on things that you have neglected or tried to just sweep under the rug or move past. No, not in this season. You're going to be focused. You're going to have to focus on them now and try to address them. This might lead to a little depression because you don't necessarily like to be held accountable for your recklessness. And then the moon card is here because there's going to be changes and some of your deep, darkest secrets are going to be revealed. And that's really going to make you feel kind of embarrassed. So just be very careful on how you move out here. Now, this is Cancer energy. You could be in contact with a Cancer, have Cancer in your chart, have a relationship with Cancer. But I feel like either this Cancer energy in your life is going to walk away or they're not going to hold your secrets anymore. They're going to kind of put everything out there like, no, it hasn't been what I said it was with this Sagittarius. And that's going to really expose you. So let me see what else is here for Sag. Look at you. Four of Cups, being highly disappointed in this energy. So I feel like a lot of your problems, Sagittarius, in this energy feels like it stems from you feeling like you don't have enough. Like if somebody offers you something, you feel like you're better than what they're offering you. So you could have three cups over here and somebody offering you a cup of love and you're just focused on the three cups that were empty, the people that did you wrong over here, and then somebody's like, here's some love, let me help build you back up. And because of this situation over here, you're just trying to move ahead. You're just like, no, I don't want it because of the empty cups over here. You don't want to look back. So let me interpret this energy better because I feel like I just rambled and it didn't really come out right. So again, so the three cups that you have over here, that maybe the cups that you kind of emptied out, like you've spent the love energy and somebody's offering you something else, you want to move on from this because you're thinking like, no, I really don't want this energy anymore because I feel like it's not good enough for me. So instead of just working on what I have right here, I'm just going to move past it. I'm going to get into a brand new energy. I'm going to find brand new love because the three cups that you gave me didn't work out, and I'm not, or I messed those cups up, that love up, and I'm not willing to look back because I don't want it held over my head. I would rather just start all over, start something new. And you're going to continue to do that until somebody slows you down. So here you are complaining. Here you are feeling crying over spoiled milk. Here you are feeling like you can't accept anything that's beneath you and you just need to move on. So I hope that kind of clears it up. Okay, so let me see what else. Is there any advice for you? But again, I'm going back to the fact that you are going to be forced into a situation to where you're going to need some alone time. You're going to have to deal with the the energy that you put out here. You're going to have to deal with it at some point, and there's going to be some secrets revealed. This moon card and this Cancer's energy is definitely going to help it come to light because the moon card and the Cancer energy is in reverse. So things will be exposed. There's going to be a shift. There's going to be a change, and it's going to happen. And you really are not going to know what hits you, and it's really going to cause a lot of chaos in your life, unfortunately, because you've been neglecting a lot of things and just thinking you can move past situations or just keep going without dealing with situations and chaos that you've caused. I thought a card flipped over, but it didn't. It's okay. Is there any oracle energy here for Sagittarius before we move on to the next six signs? Uh-oh. So there's going to be an energy of somebody asking you, or you're going to have to ask somebody for forgiveness. And in order to set everything free for your peace, for your own tranquility, and for your own freedom from the past, you're going to have to find somebody or whoever this person is, this situation that you have ran through. You're going to have to ask them for forgiveness, or you're not going to be in a good place mentally. So that's what I have for Sagittarius. That's what I have for you. I hope it resonates, and I'll be back with the other six signs. Thank you for watching. Bye.